teach the world to sing. Sing with me. Perfect harmony, perfect harmony. I like to buy the world a coat and keep it company. That's the real. I like to teach the world to sing. Perfect harmony, and I'd like to buy the world a coat and keep it company. It's the real thing. What the world wants today. It's the real thing. What the world wants today.
Listen to Remco's Baby Laugh-A-Lot. You're listening to Baby Laugh-A-Lot. She's the funniest doll you've ever seen. Just push the button and she starts to giggle. It's Baby Laugh-A-Lot by Remco.
You can know a needle's eye or a hungry baby's cry, but no one knows that demons dance alone. Silver linings came and went. Seduced and my innocence reduced by a demon that became my own. I followed it. I took the hook and swallowed it until I found it dancing in my home. Terrified, I tried to quit. Bound I need the taste of shit, like a dancing demon needs a home. I had hoped to fill my years with more than melancholy tears, but the demon makes me dance alone. to sleep. Baby, I should go to sleep. When I went to see my baby, she was in a nightgown. When I went to see my baby, she was on the ground. There was nothing in her eyes as I sat beside her. There was nothing in her eyes, nothing that could hide her. She was singing sadly. She was singing in her sleep and she was looking at me. There was something in her voice, something I was sensing. There was something in her voice, something that was missing. Recognized her. Baby opened up her eyes and nothing could disguise her. She had put herself inside her body she could sleep in. She had sealed herself inside and nobody could see in. Love is just a little lamb looking for a hunk of ham. Love is just a little lamb looking for a hunk of ham. Love is just a little lamb looking for a home. Home, home, home,
Hi, everybody. It's me, Randy, singer for the Residents. We've got Chuck over here on keyboards, Bob on guitar, I'm sure most of our longtime fans out there remember that there was always 4 of us. Well, I'm sorry to say that Carlos has retired. Carlos got tired of the show business. To be honest, we really won't miss those long drum solos that Carlos did. But still, he's our buddy. And, he had to go back to Mexico to take care of his mom. And, we're with you, Carlos. Okay, so now we wanted to just invite everybody to come into our little living room here so we could do a few songs for you and tell you a few stories. Now, some of these stories are going to get kind of spooky. So get ready. All right, here's the first one. It's called The Talking Light.
Uh-oh, catch him. Uh-oh, catch him. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh.
teenager. Once when I was a
Wish
lonely
somebody would
teenager.
invent a ketchup bottle that squirts where you aim it.
Once when I was a lonely teenager. Once when I was a lonely teenager. Once when I was a lonely teenager.
When I was a lonely teenager.
Once when I was a lonely teenager.
Once when I was a lonely teenager.
Once when I was a lonely teenager. Once when I was a lonely teenager. Once when I was a lonely teenager.
Once when I was a teenager, I was out walking by myself and wandered into an unfamiliar area. The land was badly eroded, and as I looked up a small ravine, I saw a little cottage that appeared to be deserted. I noticed a weathered piece of paper stuck to the door and became curious as to what it said. In large, shaking letters were following words. If you find my baby inside, please bury him. Startled, I took the note off the door and continued to read.
I cannot stay here no more.
Something has my baby in that house, and I can't get him back. There is some kind of light surrounding him, and every time I try to reach my hand into the light and grab my baby, it burns me. But it don't seem to be hurting him none. And there is a voice. Some kind of voice is coming out of the light. And it says, find the ring. Find the ring. Oh, I have searched all over that house. I tore up the furniture and I pulled up the floorboards, but I can't find no ring anywhere. And now I am so tired. I am so tired. I don't know what to do except to go try to find help for my baby, but I may not be able to make it back. Oh God, please help us. I think we are wound up in hell. And I get the feeling that it must be my baby's fault. But I don't know what he's done to deserve this.
except for a small area around the baby bassinet in the center of the room. The interior of the shack was total chaos. After working my way through the jumble of broken furniture, loose floorboards, and other rubble, I finally reached the side of the oddly spotless and pristine bassinet, covered by a clean white blanket. Filled with apprehension, I removed the cover, revealing the perfectly formed skeleton of a baby, clutching a wedding ring in its right hand. After scratching a shallow hole in the dry dirt of the ravine, I was about to dump the pitiful basket of bones into it when I noticed some words engraved on the ring. Deeply disturbed but compelled to continue, I brought the ring closer to my eyes and made out the words: "A mother's love erases rages. A mother's rage erases." But the rest was scratched out. Overwhelmed by feelings of fear, disgust, and confusion, I threw the ring in the baby's skeleton. I quickly covered them in dirt and ran home. No one has ever believed my story. I've tried to convince myself that it must have been a dream induced by the instability of adolescence. I take comfort.
Lost in a light.
6 more miles. And leave my darling never on this earth to me no more.
I don't know about you, but I believe in ghosts. They've been there. They've been there around me my whole life. There was this guy, Red. Red was a construction worker on this 12-story building that I worked on one time, and one day all of a sudden, beep, plop, 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 Red fell off the building. And I found the body, all rearranged in a weird kind of a way. And from then on, every time I went up somewhere high, like the Statue of Liberty or the edge of a cliff, Red would appear. And he would talk to me in this really sweet, soothing voice and try to get me to jump. And then there was this big, giant, glowing ball that just landed on my head when I was stuck in quicksand in Crossett, Arkansas. And inside of the big glowing ball was bugs and snakes and worms and the cut-off head of a train conductor. It was pretty weird in there. But worst of all is the mirror people. The mirror people. I'll talk about them more later.
He put his butchers to work with a competent clerk, executing those who had abandoned the truth. Then four faces appeared around the sides of a sphere, spinning over a throne made of amber and bone. The ball was covered with eyes, and as it started to rise, God commanded the clerk to take me back to the dirt.
ago. The mirror people. I've always known about the mirror people. But it was never really a problem. Until one day, I was in the bathroom shaving, and the room was all steamed up, and the mirror was foggy. And all of a sudden, I heard this voice. It said,
Randy, I want you.
I said, pardon me? And I looked around, but nobody was there. So I knew who it was. So slowly I walked up to the mirror and I wiped it away. And there he was, staring at me.
People say you can only see ghosts through the corner of your eye, but it's not true. I've seen the ghost of my wife right in front of me. The first time, it was not too long after I killed her. You see, Maggie told me that I walked in my sleep, but I didn't believe her. She left a pic of me about, pic. Don't leave your dirty clothes on the floor. Your bald spot is getting bigger. Those pants make you look fat. After a while, you just get used to it. You just wouldn't hear it. And she'd come up with something worse, and I figured that's what it was, the sleepwalking thing. Until she put flour on the floor.
Long time passing. Where have all the flowers gone? Long time ago.
Steve, flour on the floor was the ultimate test. If we woke up the next morning and there were footprints in the flour and my feet were white, then it was absolute proof. So we did. And they were white. That is, I hated it. It was so fucking arrogant. So I refused to believe it. I accused her of faking the whole thing, and I made up my own tests. I made Maggie sleep on the couch, and I slept in the bedroom by myself. Then I locked the doors, and I sprinkled flour on the floor. And if I woke up the next morning and there were footprints in the flour and my feet were white, then it was undeniable. sleepwalking was the only explanation. The next day, I woke up early feeling oddly refreshed and excited until I saw the footprints with my undeniable white feet. Dejected, I unlocked the bedroom door and followed the footprints into the kitchen. And there was Maggie, lying there with a butcher knife in her chest. So I got a smart lawyer and he got me off. I guess I got away with murder, or at least that's what everyone said. But the thing is, I don't remember any of it. Yeah, I guess I did it, and I feel really bad about what had happened, but it wasn't like I planned it all out or anything. But then Maggie's ghost started showing up. First time, I had to get up and take a piss, and there was this thing in the hall, and it just was staring at me with this kind of slightly evil, slightly self-righteous grin. She was just like you always see in the movies, kind of whitish and slightly transparent. And then she disappeared. I figured it was some sort of dream or something, and I forgot about it.
On to young girls, everyone. When will they ever learn? Oh, when will they ever learn? But then a couple of weeks later, I woke up again, and there was little Becky standing at the foot of my bed sleepwalking, with her eyes wide open. It was spooky as hell. I picked her up and put her back in her room, but then it happened again. This time I could hear her.
talking to Maggie. They were in the kitchen talking about knives. Maggie was telling Becky how to hold a knife and which ones were the sharpest and exactly where to cut and stab the eyes, the arteries, and vital organs. I ran into the room and of course, the ghost disappeared, leaving little Becky standing there, and I locked her in a room. When I asked her about it the next day, she couldn't remember a thing. Now I guess it's just a matter of time. A few of my sharpest knives are missing. I've searched the whole house, but I can't find them anywhere. Every night, when I go to sleep, I lock the bedroom door. It's just a matter of time until I sleepwalk again. And she'll be out there, waiting for me.
Gone to young girls, everyone. When will they ever learn? Oh, when will they ever learn?
Wishing she could be a little piece of sand that blows above the ocean's breeze. But all she has is thoughts of all those fingers peeling seeds and leaving them immortal among the women watching weed. The shore.
Even said a little Ted was dead. I read in a letter today. The same for Monica's monkey, she said. Quietly it passed away.
once I went to Barstow, then I went to bed. First my friend was with me, then my friend was dead. All his clothes were burned up, and his thighs were red. After all we've been through, what more can be said?
The mirror people. The mirror people. I heard one just the other day. Again. I was back in the bathroom and I looked away and I heard, "Hi, Randy." They're always there. And they're always trying to get out. They want to get you. They want to replace you. My wife is one. They got her. That's why I sleep in the garage now. Once, when I was a kid, I was in a barber shop. I don't go in those places anymore. That's why I cut off all my hair. But I went in there and I sat down in the barber chair and I looked around at all those mirrors. And all of a sudden, I jumped. And it made the barber stab himself in the cheek with his scissors. After that, my mom always cut my hair.
Next time you're stuck with the nastiest job in the house, make it vanish. And you're stuck with the nastiest job in the house. Make it vanish.
Unseen sister objects. The unseen sister protects. The unseen sister expected. The unseen sister expected nothing from life. And so she
When I was very young, I had a twin sister that no one could see but me. We lived in a farm without any neighbors, so she was my constant companion. For some reason, she'd like to play tricks on my mother. These tricks were often mean, and even though I didn't, I usually got the blame. I was unable to stop myself from helping her.
unseen sister protects. The unseen sister protects. The unseen sister protects. Once, we were playing under the kitchen table where my mother was sitting shelling peas. I grabbed her leg and said I wanted to play horsey as my sister placed a loop of clothesline around her ankle. Mother said no, and then she got up from the table, walked 2 steps, and tripped as she reached the end of the rope. As my mother fell, she knocked a boiling pot off the stove. It fell on her head. Even though it was July, she was cooking pasta in the shape of little green Christmas trees because it was my favorite. Mother's face was no more than 6 inches from mine as she screamed, jerked away the pot, and revealed a red bubbling face covered with little green Christmas trees.
father was dead when I woke up. Several years later, my father said that she had become tangled in the cord of a toaster and electrocuted herself as she stumbled around the room, screaming in pain. I have a goldfish that died one time, too.
The unseen sister expected nothing from life, and so she passed from sight.
The mirror people.
The mirror people. Okay, all right. I know it sounds pretty weird. You probably think I'm crazy. Okay, all right. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. It's a mirror. Okay. All right. So, mirror on one side, mirror on both sides. Now, I don't think it's going to be dangerous for you. Front row, maybe. But I am going to look in this mirror and you're going to see. You're going to see. Okay, all right. I see him. He's there. He's there. Hi. I'm Randy, singer for the Residents. This is Chuck on keyboards, Bob on guitar, we have a couple more songs for you. This next one is about a dear, sweet little old lady.
do it, who will take care of my plants? Maybe Martha. She called on Mother's Day, and she has a philodendron and 3 ferns. They look terrible, though, just like her house. She never dusts her leaves. What about Bertha? She's been married 3 times. How could she possibly take care of orchids? If I do it, how long would it be before they noticed? Weeks, months. And all that time, my poor orchids being eaten by those aphids. I know why. I know why. It was a long time ago, but they still hold it against me. He was old, and he could barely hop around. Somebody had to do it. Somebody had to. Answer my prayer. Tell me if anyone else cares.
like a face in a flashlight with teeth that might bite. Like dice rolling snake eyes in headlights at night. Like a corpse in the sunshine that died in a fight.
There's a spot. There's a spot on my glove. No. Maybe it was make 'em runny. Make 'em runny, honey. Doilies. Where have all the doilies gone? Roses will wither and die, along with the lace and the light. Nothing is nicer than death at matching the bed and the best. He hated me. And hate is hot. And hate is white. But I'll not even have disdain for him. Not even a stain of a memory looked up to. Lacking all respect for him, I'm scratching out the specks of decent thoughts that linger in me. Leaving only white, calm, peaceful white, swans, silently glide through the snow, looking down at the bleached bones of a noble knight who died, trying to save his lady, his lovely lady. She wanted to bring her man milk in the moonlight. But it was too late. It was too late. He said,
Bury me not on the lone prairie. These words came slow and mournfully from the bleeding lips of a youth who lay on his dying bed at the close of day. Darkness hovered above his head as the shadows of death grew thick like lead. He thought of his home and his family that night as the cowboys gathered to watch him die. Bury me not on the lone prairie, or where the wild coyotes howl over me in a narrow grave, just 6 by 3. Oh, bury me not on the lone prairie. In dreams I listen to the well-known words of the wild free winds and the songs of birds. I think of the table where my mama put flowers and the scenes I love in those long lost hours.
Oh, bury me not on the Lord Prairie. And his voice stopped there. But we took no heed of his dying prayer. In a narrow grave, just 6 by 3, we buried him there on the lone prairie. Oh, what can they do? 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 They don't know what to say. Don't know what they do. Don't know what to say. They don't know what to say. Don't know what to do. Don't know what to say. There's no going back. No going back. No going back. There's no going back. No going back. No going back. What do they do? 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 Big